Newsflash. Industry data tells us that printer prospects do 50% of their research online before they ever contact you. So if your business card says sales rep on it and you only affect 50% of the decision, you better be powerful. Xerox looked at the biggest challenges facing businesses today, then they formed partnerships with industry leaders that could solve those problems and created their own app studio, and the results of that will amaze you, amaze your prospects. Stay with me for 5 minutes, put a helmet on, because we're about to crank it up. First, let's talk wireless printing. Everybody wants to get documents locked in smartphones and iPads out and print them. Guess what Xerox did? They went out and forged partnerships. The first ones with Apple. It's called Apple AirPrint. Do you bring it up on every call? It allows people to print from their iPads and their iPhones wirelessly. Built-in security because you have to be on your company's network to use it. Have you ever asked in a company when you're out on a call how a customer prints from an iPad today? Guess what? They don't. Now they do. Go tell the Apple story. That's our first partnership. Go tell it on every call. What about the Android community? A lot of LGs, a lot of Sonys, a lot of Samsung Galaxies out there, isn't there? Guess what? Go to Google Play and download the app that's called Xerox Mobile Print Service. It's free. Now all your Android people have wireless printing in the office too. Okay, so now we've got everybody printing wirelessly inside the office from either Apple or Android, but what about employees that are outside the office, traveling on business or working from their home, if they want to print? The brand new app at Xerox called Print at Print by Xerox. You pull it out of the App Studio, the Xerox App Studio, and boom, everybody can now print from anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world for that matter, right back to their office. It holds the job there. You come in and put in your credentials. It pulls that job out and prints it right there. It would be impossible for anyone to have a better wireless printing story to tell than Xerox. Apple, Android, outside the office, done. Hey, let's talk about our next partnership. That's security. Where that network cable comes into that printer port back here is a very susceptible area. Xerox couldn't leave your customers exposed to cyber attacks. So what do? We wrote the big check to McAfee Security, the industry leader. Guess what it does? It plays goalie. It uses whitelist technology. It only lets the protocols into this printer that it recognizes. You know what else is great? All these devices have USB drives too, where somebody might innocently or maliciously put a virus on your network. McAfee plays goalie there too. You're protected. Okay, let's finish up the security story. Everybody's got anxiety about all that data that's sitting on the hard drive, right? Not anymore. Xerox has a feature called Image Overwrite, and it basically scrubs that disk, and customers can decide, do they want to scrub after every job or do they want to scrub after a set interval? They get to decide. But that wipes off that disk. So now you take the McAfee story, the Image Overwrite story, and the industry listened, right? Common criteria certified, HIPAA compliance. If your client has security as one of their key initiatives, there's nobody else to partner with. Okay, let's move on to scanning. Everybody wants to take documents and get them from hard copy into digital format, right? But most people don't because it's too confusing. If you go into most companies and you ask, who does the scanning here? They'll say, oh, that's Bill in the basement. Oh, that's Carol on the 3rd floor. She's the only one that knows how to do it. That's nonsense. At Xerox, we cracked the code. It's called one-touch scanning. You basically take a picture of your employees' faces. They get loaded onto the screen. Employees come up. They press their face. Seems pretty easy. Put their documents in the feeder, and it'll push those documents into digital format right out to their desktop. One-touch scanning. It's a lockout. Go present it to everyone. Carry the template that shows them what it looks like. Scan to email, scan to file. You're putting me to sleep. Everybody's got that. You know what Xerox did? They figured out that scanning to cloud is where the future is. So you know what they did? They went out partnered with the 5 biggest cloud scanning. Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, Office 365, and Box. We got them all. So now you come up to the machine, you put in your credentials, and you've got a rocket ship right into your Dropbox or Office 365 account. Hey, when I say rocket ship, this is a small desktop printer, the 6655. It scans at 40 pages a minute. Most of them are 70, 80, 90. You know how much we charge when you scan into your cloud account? 0.000. Go tell that story every day. Hey, I like to tell prospects, we're just dating during the sales process. Your real marriage is to my service organization. And let me tell you some of the reasons my service organization is number one in the industry. We just introduced firmware updates. When I say firmware updates, I mean they're automatically done, no manual process. So, new security patches, operational fixes, new features, all get done automatically. You go tell tell your IT staff that, watch them tingle, because that's a real source of consternation today. Hey, what else is new in service? How about a remote control panel so that Xerox service or your company or your analyst or their analyst can take over the device, change device settings, troubleshoot problems, even walk somebody through a training issue so we can actually take over the device. Go tell IT that too. They'll get a little tingle on that too. Hey, it's time to talk cost. Go ask any company if they think color or printing is being abused at their company, and they almost universally say yes. So you know what Xerox did? They developed a software package. Again, it comes standard. It's called User Permissions. It allows you to lock down this machine by time of day, employee, day of the week. It also has application defaults, so you can take jobs that would normally be printed in color, let's say, and mandate that they be printed in black and white. User Permissions, a printer company that's trying to save you money. Whew, it's a stone cold lockout. You just need to learn it. All right, let's start wrapping this thing up. Do you know the best part of everything I've shared with you today is that your customers can use it? At Xerox, we pride ourselves on what I call usable technology. Take this logo and put it on every page of your proposal and explain to your prospects that, hey, slick features are great, but if your employees can't take advantage of them, then it's moot. At Xerox, we pride ourselves. Big buttons, easy to read menus, easy to use. Remember, emphasize that with your customers because if they can't use it, it's all moot. All right, I'm out of breath. You want to see all those partnerships on one sheet of paper? They're right there. Look at it. I think I could go make a sales call with just that one sheet of paper and explain all those partnerships. Hey, Xerox is pretty impressive, isn't it? Now the onus is on you. Do you know them all? Do you talk about them with prospects? Knowledge is power, baby. You go learn them. You're going to have an unbelievably prosperous year. Now, the next video in this series is the same thing you just saw, except I'm going to turn the gas down a little bit so you could actually play it for a customer or email it to a customer. Good luck, good selling.